Good morning, Angela here at Sew Bright Alpine Quilting. It's Thursday morning and it's day 4 of the Great Australian Craft Show, the Christmas Gift Spectacular, or GAXmas as it's becoming known. This morning I'm here to talk about some hand piecing techniques and the postcard projects from Jen Kingwell. We keep these in stock. There's 8 different ones that we have at the moment. I'll just flick through them for you in no particular order. We have the not quite 60-degree triangle, and that is a two-piece template set. So it has the triangle and the half triangle. We have a trip around the world, which is a square triangle, a square, and it is about 1 1/4 inch template, that one. Number 3 is the scrappy square. Number 8 is the two-tone tumbler, which is stuck on something else, which is this one here. It's stuck on the back of the snowball. Two-tone tumbler. The 1 inch hexagon, which is a very versatile one. A little diamond, which is very cute as well. And a stretched hex. So I just thought I'd give you some few tips on cutting out and piecing with these templates. Working my way through some leftover 2.5 inch strips of the Jen Kingwell remix range that I had in stock, which was this one. We've got a couple of those left. I used this on the Metro Rings quilt a couple of months ago. Probably showed you earlier in the year. Is that Sharon? Hello, Sharon. And we also have the Fine and Sunny range in charm packs and lollies from Jen Kingwell. So these are the lollies. If you haven't seen these before, they are 8 fabrics printed across the width of the fabric, and they're just on 5 inches each strip with a little black and white stitch in between. So it's a great way to get a few different fabrics, especially if you like to do quilts with lots of different small pieces. And they have a really nice vintage look to them as well. And there's 4 different colours in those, and they all coordinate back with the charm packs. And we've also got a couple of the 10 inch layer cakes left of remix as well. So here's my tips for cutting out with these templates. They come stuck on the cardboard. I like to leave that little sticker on there because it helps when you put it on the fabric to keep it in place. And I like to cut out on the back of the fabric, and I use my rotary cutter, which has gone for a little walk. There it is. And it's also made easier if you use a rotating cutting mat, because then you can turn as you go. And it makes it nice and quick and easy. The unfortunate thing is that sometimes when you turn that, you just do miss the little bits on the side, because we're trying to be a little bit economic with the way that we cut out, and we don't want to waste too much of the fabric in between. So it might mean we just need to snip the corners to get them out. I'll miss that one altogether. So the reason that I like to cut out on the back of the fabric is that I can mark it at the same time. So we use our little sew line pencil and we pop it down in the holes and give it a little twist. And this would be marking our seam allowance. The other thing that we can do is use our 1/4+ ruler and place it on the line. Place the line of the template on the edge of the fabric and draw a little line. If you're hand piecing, you might want to draw all the way across the line, across the strip, and then that will give you a guide of where to sew. And I don't always do it with everyone. I might do it on every second piece I cut out, because you generally sew from one side, so you'll be able to gauge the other side, making sure that it's on a 1/4 inch. So then we can, once we've got all our lines drawn, it makes it easier to sew together. Some of the pieces of this collection are really great in the fact that they're big enough to sew by machine. So some of them I would sew on the machine, like the tumbler. This is a really good one for using up medium size bits of fabric or making a coordinated scrappy quilt. So it'd be a great one to use with the lollies. So the tumbler is easily cut out here. It's this one. And it was stuck on the back of something else, wasn't it? Yeah. So there we have it. So we need a slightly bigger piece of fabric for that one. And just search for a bigger piece of fabric. I'll just use one of these. So if I was cutting a whole pile of these, I would be tending to cut a strip. I'll do that now. So I would fold that up, getting all my raw edges all matched up. Take the template and pop it on top of our ruler, and then pop the ruler onto the fabric, and then that will tell us how high we need to cut our strip. So then we'll cut our strip, open it out, sorry about that noise, and then it's just a matter of putting the template on and flipping it along the strip. And in this case I'm not too worried about where the little stitching line is forming, because I think that's, you know, part of the quirkiness of doing it, is to just let it fall where it falls. And so then we've got a whole pile of those that we can piece together. These ones here, as I said, because they are quite large, I would piece these on the machine. But if you were going to piece them by hand, then you would, as I said, cut it out from the back of the fabric and mark your little intersection points with your pencil, and then use those to draw your lines so that you can stitch on those lines. And then you can piece them together like so, or you can try and piece them into a circle. I've started to do it, but I haven't cut out enough yet. So I think it's going to look good as a nice little wheel. The one that I'm almost finished is one of the square ones that I've sewn together, and I'm going to make a little cushion that I will use for when I'm hand stitching or English paper piecing. It's nice when you're sitting to rest your hands on a cushion so that they're not up in the air, and this is going to be my little cushion rest for hand piecing. So the other shapes you can see, here's the triangle, the half triangle, you've got diamonds, the stretch hexagons, and the normal hexagons. Same principle when cutting them out. So just grab a piece of fabric, pop it down. The diamonds are a little bit smaller, so I would probably cut that strip down before I cut these out, because it's not big enough to go this way, and it's a little bit big to go that way. So it would be easier to cut them if the strip was shorter. So we can do the same as what we did before. Cut that strip. Sorry. I now have to pick up the ruler that fell on the floor. So these are 2 inches. So we're just going to cut our strip down to 2 inches. And then we can pop it on the fabric and cut out. Now these templates also have little notches cut in them to reduce the bulk in the seams. Don't know if you can see that, but the template is rounded on the sides here and chopped off on the bottom, so that when you piece them together, it reduces the bulk in the seam here. And this one, as you can see, is also reasonable size, so you can cut it out. Sew it together on the machine. Okay. So squares are pretty straightforward. And you've got the stretch hexagon. That one's also a little bit narrower than the 2.5 inch strip, so I would cut that one down as well. Take a little bit of care and cut around that way, and then flip it around, cutting our little notches off as we go, flicking those out, and then coming back with the pencil. So for our Gacksmith special, we have 8 templates in a bundle. It's normally $48 for 8, and we've got them out for $44 for the special here. There's probably 3 or 4 bundles left of those. And don't forget, you can see all of our special products on the Craft Alive website at craftalive.com.au, and enter through the Great Australian Craft Show portal there and find us and click through the products that you like, or you can go direct to sewbright.com.au. And we'll be back this afternoon at 2 o'clock to do a demonstration on quick machine applique using the templates from Carolyn Murfitt of Freebird Designs. These, in case I forgot to mention, these were Jen Kingwell's postcard projects. See you soon. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.